Do you like to fight? Or enjoy watching combat sports? Well, we have just the show for you. Whether you want to get to know the athletes on a personal level or just want to hear whose butt they are going to kick next, Steve has you covered. Join him here on that Sports Podcast Network.
Want to fight about it?
Catch me outside, how about that?
What is up, fight fans? We are back for another episode of the Wanna Fight About It podcast here on the... No, it's not the Fantasy Sports Network. We are now rebranded. It is the Sports Podcast Network, and I'm being joined by BKFC Heavyweight, the Shark Man himself, Mr. Zach Calmus. How we feeling this afternoon?
Oh, I just feel wonderful. It's an honor to be on the show. I appreciate you having me.
We definitely wanted to get you on. Our mutual sponsor made a little video for you that he sent me yesterday morning. Let me play it real quick. It's gonna be like. He's already feeling it. Got that Rocky type music going.
That's a great song. Gonna fly now. Yeah, another one.
It's definitely something we love here in Philadelphia. What's some of those songs that when you're in the training room you gotta have to kind of get you going there, brother?
Eye of the Tiger.
That was basically like the Rocky IV soundtrack, right?
Yeah, basically just all the songs from Rocky IV. And all the Rocky type songs. I like Body Head, Anthem by Roy Jones Jr. I like all those boxing type.
I think No Easy Way Out is one that is a little underrated from that Rocky soundtrack.
Rocky IV, the best one. He fought Drago.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you got to think about it now. Like some of the stuff that's come out, that you see that like why that one is so special is because Stallone literally let Dolph like go off on him for like 30 seconds, and he wound up in the hospital for 3 weeks. He's like, you got a few weeks off, buddy. He's like, cool. Well, I have a few weeks off. Oh, boss is in the hospital. You bruised his lung.
Well, Apollo told him not to throw the towel.
And since we're talking Rocky, I mean, I'd be remiss not to bring up, we lost a member of the Rocky family this past week. Anyone who watched the Super Bowl, literally, you just seen his last little bit of acting there with the insurance commercial and everything like that. But we lost Carl Weathers. Stallone said it himself. Rocky would have never been what he was if it wasn't for Carl signing on to that movie. He made that movie what it was and what the franchise eventually became. And rough way to start off the year, isn't that, brother?
Yeah, that loss hit home. My fight coming up, timing. My fight is dedicated to the Gloucester Fire Department. And it's also dedicated to Carl Weathers. So that's another dedication I had to make on my fight. You know what I mean? Meaning that my performance.
So if you're dedicating it, are you going to come out like dancing like he did in Rocky IV?
No. I'm going to be myself. I think that's the best way that I can honor
the American shorts might be nice, though.
Yeah, just better to be myself. Better
or maybe
to
at least wear them for weigh-ins or something like that.
No, I was just going to.
I know you already got your fight gear set and all that.
Yeah, I was just
wear them for weigh-ins and then or just have them there.
I was just going to handle business and then dedicate the fight to the fire department and Mr. Carl Weathers publicly. You know what I mean? Regardless, when they do the post-fight interview, I'll have a chance to speak most likely, and I'll say. It's not. I'm dedicating my performance in the fight to the Gloucester Fire Department and the late great Carl Weathers, Mr. Apollo Creed. So I think that's reason enough to fight right there, for the heroes of America and the heroes of our communities that make up America. You know what I mean? These small towns that make up these larger cities and districts that make up a whole hemisphere. This beautiful planet that we're both blessed to be on.
Let's talk how your dog is sitting there saying, "Give me love, brother. Give me love, brother."
Yeah,
Meanwhile, mine's over here like just looking at me doing the interview.
He's a good old boy. He's about 13 years old.
You got a pity?
Yeah, King. My boy is 13, 12 or 13.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. There he is.
There you go.
He's just an old grouchy fella. He likes to sit around, watch TV.
This one's just wait because it's snowing. This one's just waiting for me to open the door so he can go act a fool outside.
Yes, sir. Yep.
He's a 6-year-old little boy when it comes to snow.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
like when they get like the zoomies, that's when he gets it because it's snowing outside. It's rain. He won't go outside to do the business or nothing. It's hilarious.
My girl gets real excited. She's 13 years old and 14, and she gets so excited when she gets the zoomies that her feet move faster than her brain moving fast, and her feet she spins out like she's on ice.
Is that the hardest thing leaving for fights? Leaving your buddy behind?
That's definitely one of the hardest things, leaving my two dogs here. But they're in good care. They don't have to leave their comfortable nest, if you will. They don't have to. They each have their own couch. Like they live better. They live just as good as a human being. So they have everything they need right here. And I've constructed Food Mountain. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I have my parents-in-law will come here and take care of the dogs.
That's
in the
cool.
house.
So it ain't that bad. I got you.
No, it's great. They love Grammy and Grampy. They're gonna have a nice couple days, so it's all right.
Oh man, mine's terrible. Like when he doesn't see my mom for a few days, and he comes in, he's like in her lap. Like meanwhile, he's like 110 pounds of muscle.
Well, you know how smart they are. They understand that that's your mother. You know what I mean? Your dog knows that that's your mother. That's your bloodline.
They're great breeds. I think misunderstood for different reasons.
Oh my,
love my pits, but
oh my, you know what I mean? I'll be misunderstood like a pit bull, but then again, like I'll do something so far from that box they try to put me in that it extinguishes it. What box? So, like when you see a pit bull doing a courageous thing,
you're a fun one, man. I was coming across this one from one of your sparring sessions, right?
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean?
I gotta ask you, since we're talking sparring sessions, have you been seeing what's been going on with Sean Strickland?
No, I don't know.
He just smoked one of these influencers the other day in sparring, and
Good.
Apparently Jake Paul put a $1 million bounty out there that says that Sean won't spar him.
I would do anything pretty much for $1 million.
Yeah, right. Jake Paul's throwing $1 million out there to spar. I'm like, hold on a second.
I mean, within reason, like you know what I mean, like as long as it's not, I'm not selling my soul. I'm not doing anything terrible or weird, but for $1 million, I mean, I'll fight like 5 people at the same time. Let them fight me with sticks. You know what I mean? I'll take a baseball bat fight or a knife fight for $1 million. That's just me.
If I'm Sean Strickland, I'm making a push to bring back bully beatdown with MMA fighters.
You know what the big problem is you got these guys in fighting who got no business being there. You know what they are? They think they're influencers. But who the heck are they influencing? A bunch of watered down softies, mama's boys, a bunch of mama's boys. It's a soft generation.
I hate to say it, man. That we're I try to teach my son certain things, and like,
no, I love to say it. I love to say it. I love to command it to the younger generation what they are. But at the same time, I don't like that it's going on.
I
So how
like
can we?
that they're probably the most vocal generation of probably the last handful. But
Right.
I think you're right, man. They're a little bit entitled. They're a little soft in some areas.
A little is an understatement. They want everything spoon fed. They think they
I know,
deserve
man.
it.
Like, dude, I put my son on a schedule and be like, listen, you don't follow this.
Right.
This gets taken away. This
Right.
gets turned off. We're not even going to tell you anymore. You know what the routine is. If you
Listen,
don't follow the routine, you don't get
right.
this. You don't get that.
Right.
Like I'm in the middle right now. He's obviously WrestleMania is coming to Philly in a month and a half or so, right? So
Yeah.
he obviously wants to go. Me and his mother been talking, right? So we've been trying to make sure he has to give us the grades and stuff like that. But we've been saying you have to work towards this, and come April, we'll have the money put away. You
You know
do
what I
what you're
would tell him?
supposed to.
You know what I would tell
We'll
him?
take you.
You know what I would tell him? You want to go to WrestleMania? Go mow some lawns. Go shovel some snow, boy. We ain't paying for that. Mom and dad work hard.
Well, no, like, all
What?
right, we go food shopping. He's the first. Well, as soon as the car pulls up, he's at the door, like waiting for bags. Like he's not. We don't have
I
to tell him
tell him.
stuff like that.
I tell him though. We're watching that on TV. We can see it even better. I'm brutally honest. I'm gonna tell my kid we're gonna go to WrestleMania. We're not gonna be able to see. There's gonna be so many people jumping in front of me. We're gonna say, what do we pay for? At the same time, I can watch it on high def. Matter of fact, kid, our TV's about 55 inches now. I'll go get an 85 inch and a PS5, whatever games you want. And we ain't gonna go to WrestleMania, but
Tickets
we're gonna
are,
watch it.
I think they're like 250 to start,
I'm brutal, you know what I mean? I'm brutally honest.
and that's
I
for
think
one night. Remember, it's a 2-night event now.
if I could keep it simple, I will with everything. You know what I mean? Like I just like assume that the easiest way be the hardest way, but it's really not. You got to choose your
Well, I know. I
hard. You
make
know?
him earn everything. He has to earn the right to go play football. He has to earn the right to go train at the gym for us to keep up his gym
Right.
member. He has to
That's
earn
right.
it all.
That's awesome. Yeah, you got to
Like
teach
he
him that.
was asking me
Because,
adding baseball. I'm like I want to see your grades,
yeah,
and I want to
yeah,
make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to around the house. You're not just sitting in front of the TV or sitting on your phone or whatever. You
Mhm,
give me that. We could talk about next year adding baseball to the routine.
mhm. That's
So it's
right.
like we make sure we set things up so like he has these. You go and earn it. Like
Well, that's like
last summer, he went to an AJ Brown football seminar, but he had to give us certain grades and do things around the house to go and do that.
yeah,
$200 seminar.
right.
So
I believe that everything in life you got to earn it, especially
you
the
got to earn it.
youth, because they're gonna.
And as we're talking about us leading the earning things, so we're talking about some of the stuff that goes on in combat sports, regardless if we're
Yeah,
talking BKFC, bare knuckle, UFC, boxing, whatever. You see a lot of guys, girls, etc. wind up getting things because they are needle movers or whatever, what have you. So combat sports is doing a lot of moving and shuffling. You see bare knuckles growing in a lot of ways. Dave's got a big announcement coming that he hasn't laid on us yet. I still think people need to keep an eye out on what Dave's doing. You look at look what Amanda Serrano did at the end of last year. Vacated her title just because she was just like, this is a nonsense title. I don't really care about it here. Just go crown a new champion. I got bigger things to do. And then you
Who?
see things where
Who's that?
what was that, brother?
Who is she? I don't know her.
She's Amanda Serrano's like basically the one of the best women boxers at 125, 135 pounds.
Oh, I don't even know her.
She's
I've never
done
I've
MMA.
never
She's
even
fought
heard
for
of her.
PFL and things like that.
I've never even heard of her. I was supposed to fight this clown from PFL named Emiliano Sorti. And I went all the way to Miami, took off time from work, packed my bags, took time away from my family. I went there, and he just didn't show up. He didn't show up. He had 32 pro fights, It was like my 5th pro fight.
What do you think about the merger between Bellator and PFL? Do you think that's going to be fun?
I don't care about it at all. I don't care about it. I don't care about Bellator, and I don't care about PFL. You know what I mean? They can't pay me to go kick each other for that short money.
That's the way some of these promoters do business now. You know how it is, man. They try to entice you for what could be down the road, but give you crap up front.
Go put me to karate, and I'll go get whooped by some black belt from Japan who grew up in a fucking dojo. You know what I mean? I'm smarter than that. They ain't gonna capture me and put me in a cage, put me to a position I don't want to be. You know what I mean? Like, that's a position that I'll never be in with the BKFC. They treat us right. They don't play those games. You know what I mean? I've never ever had a problem with the way things are run at the BKFC. Ever. I love it.
I want to get into some things that I like to ask a lot of you guys, right?
I'll tell you, the whole combat world needs to take notes, because our ship is sailing. It's sailing into open harbors, baby. Beautiful. We got
obviously. Apparently the rumor was Feldman and Dana White's meeting recently was Dana trying to make it a play to buy the company that Dave turned him down flat out. I don't know if that's true or not, because Dana does a lot of meetings with a lot of promoters sometimes, and it's not always necessarily a buy him out. I can't trust anything that comes out of media's mouth anymore.
I think that honestly that it's all a lie. You know what I mean? Unless you get it from the source, then how could you go and sit there and say that he said this or she said that when you weren't there and it wasn't even from the horse's mouth, if you will? I only believe things when it comes out of my boss's mouth. When I'm there,
I think a lot of people.
I mean,
I think Dana Smart knows he needs to have a working relationship with Dave, especially if some of the guys that get out of their contracts and be released or whatever wind up going to places like BKFC. I think it just makes sense for them to have a working relationships of sorts.
But who are we to speculate on a meeting that Feldman had with Mr. Dana White?
I know, right?
Mr. Feldman had with Mr. Dana White. We don't.
Dana White offered $200 million at Dave Feldman, and he turned it down. I don't think he.
First of all, that's not even public. That's not even public information. And second of all, that's not even information that we don't know. We don't know anything. So we just speculation. I am not speculating. I just think it's cool that they even had a meeting. I think it's cool they had a meeting. I think it's cool everything that's going on. I think people need to stop thinking about things they don't know about and just look about what they do know. They had a meeting, so that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Dana White is a smart man, and Mr. Feldman is a smart man, and they're running combat sports. So let's talk about that's a good thing, right?
And we talk about the end of media and what it is today, dude. Like even more so, I don't know if you've seen it. You've seen that Sports Illustrated basically laid off their whole staff, and they're basically done.
Good, you know what I mean? Good. You know what I mean? Maybe they had a reason for that. Maybe there's a reason that none of us know. I mean, who am I?
I say sometimes, like, I think you're right, man. Like sometimes when we say like, oh, like what's going on? Like sometimes things happen, things evolve. We consume media in different ways. Like we're sitting there saying they're waving off all the writers. Well, maybe because no one really buys the magazines anymore.
Maybe Sports Illustrated, all the writers are in a cult and we don't know about it. I mean, dead serious.
Listen, everyone was saying what Ice Spice was wearing a satanic cross at the Super Bowl, right?
I don't believe that. You know why? Because I didn't see it. I wasn't there. It's speculation, and this world it thrives on mediocrity and speculation.
You ain't wrong there, brother. It's
it's
really hard to take a lot of media seriously these days.
Rather than listen to two intelligent guys talk about life and talk about bare knuckle fighting, I would get more hits if I walked down to 7-Eleven in a candy thong and I bought a pack of Slim Jims. You know what I mean? And I ate them in front of the place and got arrested. Oh, there's Zach Calmus wearing a candy thong at McDonald's, eating Slim Jims and acting a fool. But that would go viral. You know what I mean? That would be a viral moment. But I don't want to do that. I would never do that. You know what I mean?
All right, let's change gears real quick and get a quick word from our sponsor, and a few more questions, and we'll wrap things up, brother.
All right, brother.
Just Blazed Clothing Company. We are the premier clothing and lifestyle brand for the cannabis enthusiast. Premier clothing, cannabis accessories, with a South Beach flair. Go online today and check out all our great products at justblazedclothingcompany.com. Use the promo code FIGHT at checkout and get 10% off your purchase.
That's right, folks. Use that promo code FIGHT.
I'm calling. Hi, is this Just Blazed? Is this Mr. Wallace Khan? Could I please have some products sent to my house via Pronto?
Yeah, that's right. Show Just Blaze some love. Obviously, Zach's a Just Blaze athlete. There's big man's fight kit there, right?
Got my fight banner right here. A little sneak peek.
There you go. That's poster.
Wow.
There we tell me what's up. What's with this mask, man? You're like, what are you, like, half Jason, half Kane here?
So I play hockey. I watch hockey. I love hockey. I'm a hockey boy. So the mask is like, that's the original goalie mask. The guy who had that mask originally, the Jason mask, he used to get hit in the head with pucks, and he comes with a mask eventually, and he started writing onto it. Jerry Shevers writing onto the stitches where he would have got the stitches on the mask. So that's kind of what it come from. I play hockey goalie, and I also, the mask is cool. It's a hockey mask, so you already know.
That it definitely is cool, brother. So who's the goalies you like to emulate?
Hannu Toivonen. I like Hannu Toivonen, Tim Thomas, and the Brodeur.
Marty Bro.
The Brodeur wall.
I'm a Philly guy, so I love to hate Marty Brodeur. I mean, dude, like, I'm a little like those 80s, 90s, early 2000 goaltenders, like Dominic Hasek was phenomenal. Patrick Waugh.
I can butterfly back in high school.
See, he was special. His butterfly was something else, man.
I could do both. I could play stand up too. I got a great glove hand, but I never got my proper dues in hockey. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I was very badly.
People don't.
I was in there. I was in that net to do one fucking thing, and that's cause mayhem. I was a disruptive ass middle schooler and high schooler. I want to fight you. I want to get kicked out of the game. So I would like trip kids.
So we know what the obvious transition was, right? Obviously, hockey wasn't working, so you had to start throwing your hands, right?
I didn't really care about hockey. I more or less just wanted to fight. And every sport that I ever played turned into fighting. Like hockey turned into fighting all the time. Football, I had gotten fights, only lasted like one season. And then lacrosse, I lasted a long time because I could hide it in lacrosse. I would just whap people with my stick and pick up the foul. But I would hit people in the kneecap with a long pole. I was a real piece of shit. You know what I mean? Bam!
And then you became this guy.
Bam! I used to just lock people up, line them up, and football tackle them. Like, you can't do that shit. You know what I mean? I'd full body tackle people in lacrosse. So just, okay, who's going to pull a spin move now, motherfucker? Fuck you.
Now, you were mentioning a little football. Did you pay any attention to Sunday's game or no?
No, not at all. I didn't watch it all. All I was watching was Taylor Swift. Yeah, I was watching her. I was watching her the whole time. I couldn't even watch the game. You think I'm joking? I love Taylor Swift. I
Ain't nothing
think
wrong with that, brother.
I
Like,
think
listen,
I think I
I
think
think
they need to
I was
cancel.
when I was
I think they
interviewing
need to
one
cancel
of my guys that we
football.
talked to.
I think they
I
need to
think it's
cancel football and just put Taylor on. We'd be more happy.
I think it's funny people are still like boycotting because they're showing Taylor. Like, yo, let Taylor and Travis have their relationship. Why are you so angry?
I love it. I think it's funny. And
I do too. I'm like, you got to think about it. When was the last time you had one of your biggest sports stars in the world dating one of the biggest celebrities in the world?
yeah, I don't know
Like, you
what's
have to go
wrong.
all the way back to Marilyn Monroe and Joe
Right.
DiMaggio, right?
And they're both very talented. I like Taylor before, I like Kelsey before, but here's the thing: I like
He's
them
the number
more
one
now. And if
musician
you
over
like
the last
football,
decade.
that's gonna bring different eyes into the football. People are
On
gonna
both of
watch.
it, then you're going to have people who didn't really pay attention to Taylor start picking up and checking her music out. It's how it works. Both hands wash each other. I mean, apparently she helped the Chiefs' net worth grow over 300 million over this past season, and they were already a really popular team beforehand. So it affects both sides. You got to listen. I get where some people are coming from. Like every time something happens, they're going to you have one of the biggest stars in the world there. Like, this is why you do these things. If you want to get mad at anyone, get mad at the networks for going and showing her. She's not sitting there asking like, okay, you got to show me, or like there's no contract. But no, that's not what's going on here. It's just a natural thing of what's going on.
Yeah, she left my place and she pronto via jumped on a plane private out of Logan. But before that, she was at my place. I had her over at the beachfront property for a couple of days. So Travis, Kelsey, you're just getting my leftovers anyway.
Now, switching gears, let's go into what you're going through right now. Obviously, we've seen all that story played out. We'll see what happens next September with that story. Now, what are you going through the next 2 to 3 days to not only get to to go to the fight Friday? Like, how do we go from today, tonight, tomorrow, and then the fight time? Like, what's the process that you go through?
Calm and present. You just gotta stay calm and present and focused. Have your bags packed. Dot all your I's and cross all your T's. That's the most important part, is being prepared. So when it comes down to making moves in terms of going to the airport or going from the airport to the hotel, from the hotel to different restaurants, wherever you're going, everything's organized, everything's in line. I've already looked up all the restaurants that I want to go to on the same street as my hotel. So there's a Longhorn Steakhouse right next to my hotel. There's a couple restaurants right there on the road, and I've already kind of found out where Walmart is and where everything is that I want to go to. So when I get there, there's no question what I'm doing. There's my itinerary set, if you will.
I mean, you got to stay on point with it, brother. I mean, I know, we media like to disrupt things a little bit. We pick some time out of your day to pick your brain about what's going on. How excited are you for Friday, for getting in there and being able to do one of the favorite things you like to do?
Me and my son were real excited to get in there and get to work. It's been a long and short 10 months. You know what I mean? Like, I have a great life, and I have a wonderful wife and a beautiful home that I live in, and I have two beautiful pit bulls that are 13 years old. And I think that lately, at 32 years old, I've been counting my blessings. I've been really sitting back for the first time in a long time, and being grateful for what I have. So everything that comes in the future, I can truly look at it through an accurate perspective and just be grateful. I got to be grateful because I have everything that I ever wanted when I was a kid. And now everything else is kind of on top of that. So that's where it's at with me.
Hey, man. you got your buddy there. You got good family, good support around you. Most of us are simple people, man. We don't need all this crazy nonsense. So now, as far as the fight goes, I guess what should people expect to turn into, and how do you feel this one's going to go for you, brother?
I think it's going to go really well. I think people could expect a Zach Calmus fight, and the Zach Calmus fight was Zach Calmus fight. What can I say? I trained hard, and I'm ready. So just be ready. Be ready for anything to fight. Anything can happen.
Obviously, we get a fight in early this year. Just in February here. What are your plans for this year? Are you going to try to make a run at that heavyweight title? What's the roadmap for 2024?
So the roadmap is right now. The roadmap is this fight here in Virginia. That's the only thing on the roadmap at all right now. That's the only thing at all that I'm thinking about. As far as the rest of 24, I have no plans yet that I've made because that would take my focus off the current. I'm living in the here and now. And that's advice from the top.
Well, Zach, we're just a little bit over that 30-minute mark here. Don't want to keep you too much longer. How I typically do here, things at the end is kind of throw the proverbial microphone over you and anyone you would like to thank. Training partners, teammates, shoot at those social media sites, any sponsors you have, anything else you want to let the people know, man. The microphone is yours, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much. I want to shout out my Blue Nose Pitbull King right here. 12 years of support. He's a great dog. My other ones in there, Prada and King. We've had a great year. I want to shout out my wife for all the help and just, meal prep and documentations and just everything, getting ready for the fight for months and months on end. I really appreciate that. And want to shout out Mr. Martin Grealish at my boxing gym. Mr. Martin Grealish. I could not do this without my boxing gym and my sparring partners, Mr. Steve Vukosa and Mr. Io Bernard, Blake Lacaze from Louisiana, who's coming down to work my corner, my best friend, and the pride of Louisiana. I want to shout out Mr. Sparky McDuffie, that's Blake's coach in Louisiana, as I go down there for training camps. It's the Boston, Louisiana connection. And I really just want to shout those people out, as well as Mr. Dexter for making my uniform for my fight. Blake Lacaze and Dexter put together a custom uniform for me to wear, shorts and T-shirt. And I want to thank Bernard, and I want to thank my boy Joe Powers coming down to work my corner, as well as Blake Lacaze. And just all my teammates, my sponsors, Metro Credit Union, Bay State Financial, Golden Envy Boutique. The list goes on and on. But I'm very thankful for my family. I want to thank Mr. Feldman. I want to thank Mr. Nate Shook. I want to thank the whole entire BKFC crew, the cutman, the medical staff, Mr. Muzi, Dr. Don Muzi. I would like to thank everybody involved, the photo guys, all the photo department, the video department, Evan, Zentar, everyone involved with the BKFC and the BKFC family, the BKFC fan club. I want to thank them. I want to shout out Chad, Blueface. I want to shout out just every single person involved. Big Country. Just everybody involved that makes this so great. You know what I mean? All the fighters on the roster, I want to shout them out. You know what I mean? I want to shout out my opponent, Mr. Josh Freeman. We're going to have a great fight, brother. Thank you. Thank you for having me in Virginia, and let's do it. Let's do the thing. And I'm just grateful for you too. Thank you for having me on this show.
Oh, it's
I
definitely a
want to shout
pleasure,
out
brother.
Brian Sosha as well as a great man.
It's definitely a pleasure, brother. Best of skill to you. Hopefully, you and your opponent get out of there healthy and nothing broken or anything like that. Definitely want to have your hand raised. Don't really like to show bias too much, but obviously, you're a Just Blaze team member here. I got to show my love, man.
You know what it is, bro? Listen, use the promo code FIGHT. It's a fight. Anything can happen.
Hey, separate 10% off. Make sure you go grab some of Zach's gear as well, man. We got to show love to the small businesses, the combat sports athlete that that they go hand in hand when we come and do this thing. So other than that, Zach, appreciate the time. Safe travels. Again, do your thing, and we'll definitely get you back on here and have some fun in the future as well, my friend.
That's right. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate the time, my friend. Do your thing Friday, all right?
Big dog's got to eat.
All right, everyone. That was Mr. Zach Calmus. It's gonna be a fun one Friday night, guys. Make sure you have the BKFC app, or if you're in the area, make sure you go and check out the event. Zach and the rest of the BKFC athletes always put on a great show. It's one of the better put on shows. Dave Feldman, Nate Shook, and the guys they do a lot of good matchmaking, fun events, fun promos that they do for the fans. So, guys, make sure you are locked in here on the. Well, almost had a burp there. At the Want to Fight About It podcast. Make sure you're also locked in for the brotherly love show with me and Luther Brown. We're going to be doing a show this week, wrapping up the Super Bowl and our final thoughts on the season and things of that nature. I'll be back again here later on this week. Hopefully, we'll have a time of day locked down for Mr. International himself. Shoney Carter will be back on and joining us. So make sure you head over to YouTube, and it's the Sports Fantasy Network, and we're gonna have some fun. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you show the other program some love, and make sure you go and show some love on IG, on Twitter X, however you have it. Other than that, I will see you guys later.